Hello, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be doing a review of the Rituel de Fille Serum Foundation. I have some samples here that we're going to try. This is not a first impression video. I have been using this for several days and I know what I think about the foundation and I have some thoughts for you. So that's what we're going to do today. If that sounds interesting to you, I hope you'll consider subscribing to my channel. And with that, get yourself a cup of coffee and let's go do our makeup. Okay, so this is a foundation that kind of caught my attention for a couple reasons. One, I saw it on Shelly's channel, Geek Out of Water. If you are not subscribed to her, please go check her out. She does some amazing foundation reviews. But she used this foundation and loved it. So typically, if Shelly likes something, I end up liking something. On the Rituel de Fille website, you have the option to choose 3 of these little samples. They're very, very tiny, but for $15, you get to choose 3 different shades, and they give you enough. It looks like not very much, but a little bit of this goes a long, long way. So you have enough to try days worth of this foundation and really give it a solid go before you buy it. So I am on the Rituel de Fille website. This is called the 3-Drop Weightless Serum Foundation. It retails for $42. However, when I purchased these samples for $15, they do send you a $10 off coupon to use within 90 days to buy a full size if you want. So, but I'll get into all that and whether or not I'm going to be purchasing a full size of this. But on the website, it says it's a buildable medium coverage in a glowy natural finish. I would agree with that. Like I said, I've used this for several days now. Lightweight texture is lightweight oil, never sticky, never greasy, never drying, and that is true. Fragrance free, made without any essential oils. Okay, and I will read you also what the description here. The 3-drop weightless serum foundation works like magic for a truly transformative yet utterly natural effect. I would agree with that. It is a very natural looking foundation. This innovative formula smooths and unifies the complexion, yet is as weightless and intuitively easy to apply as a serum. Also very true. Very easy to apply, and we'll be putting this on in just a second. The remarkable medium coverage formula imparts a softly diffused, subtly luminous finish. Also very true. So their description, I completely agree. That is, once you get this on the skin, it does have a slightly luminous finish to it, but it kind of dries down a little bit to natural throughout the day. So I'm going to show you the shades that I have in case you're interested in this. I have the shade Potion 110. This is a fair shade for neutral to soft rose undertones. Okay, and again, it's a very teeny little container, very, very tiny. However, there's plenty in here to give this a try. I'm going to swatch this for you. This shade is too light for me. And again, this is 110. It is not, this is the 3rd lightest shade that they offer. So I'm going to just see how light that shade is. Again, I know I've said this before, in the camera it looks lighter than it actually does on my skin, but this one is too light. I have tried this shade on my face and it is just, it's too light. It looks pretty white on my complexion. I'm usually not the fairest shade. Typically I am the 3rd, or so. That's about right. But this one was too light. So they do have 2 lighter than that one. The next shade up is 115. That is a light shade for gold to olive undertones. This one was a little bit better. Wipe that off so I can swatch this one. If you can see, actually I should have, let me leave that one on there. I'll swatch them all together so you can see them together. But you can see that yellowish tint that this one has. Let's see. swatch the 110 again so you can kind of see them together. Okay, here's 110 and here's 115. You can kind of see that yellowish undertone. It's not bad. That one actually works okay on my skin. 120 is the third shade. That's the next one up. Light shade for natural to soft pink undertones. I usually don't like a pink undertone in my foundation, but this one I think is actually the best match for me. I'm gonna swatch it here. And again, it's not the best on my hand, but I'll show you when we get it on. This one is really the best match once it's on my face. So there's 110, 115, and 120. And I am going to be putting on 120 today. That is the best shade match for me. So, and I also counted, I didn't mention, I don't believe, I counted 24 shades here. So the instructions on their website say it only takes 3 drops of this magic potion to transform your skin and create a glowy natural finish. 3 drops achieves medium coverage. Not sure I agree with that. If desired, use fewer for lighter coverage, more for fuller coverage. Yeah, so it does suggest that you apply with your fingertips. So we're gonna go ahead and jump into this. I am going to use the shade 120. What I'm gonna do is go, I shook this up. I'm gonna take what's in the cap here. Okay, and that's how much. It's off. It looks like a lot, but it's really not. And I'm just going to dot this along. And we'll just, yeah, see, this is a pretty good shade match for me. And it's hard to know what a drop is from this, but I'm going to take more because I know I'm going to need it. So this blends in beautifully. I mean, almost to non-detectable. But yeah, this is a pretty good shade match for me. If you are close to my skin tone, undertone, 120 is a pretty good shade match for me. I even took this up under my eyes because I just kind of wanted to see what it does. Okay. All right, so this blends out beautifully. It feels hydrating. I can feel it on my skin, but it's not, I wouldn't call it greasy or anything. It's just there. It's like a moisturizer, like a serum. Feels like a serum. That's, I think the name is pretty spot on. But that was at least 3 drops. I mean, it has to, I don't know what a drop looks like, but that was a lot of I feel like that was a good bit of product, and that is what I would call light coverage. I will say I was not able to build this up to what I would call medium coverage. So I would just keep that in mind. You can still see, here's about what I'm going to put on the other side. You can still see, got it in my hair, what in the world? You can still see sunspots, freckles, you can, you know, any redness isn't completely covered, but it does blur very, very nicely. I have tried this with a primer, without a primer. I prefer it without a primer. If you put too much on your skin, I feel like it doesn't, you know, blend in quite as well, but I have got to be using more than what 3 drops would be from the full bottle, because I'm just not getting medium coverage. This is still what I would call light coverage. You know, you can still see freckles, you can still see sunspots. I think what this did was it blurred out some imperfections. This is beautiful on the skin. It really is. It's very natural. It goes on very nicely. I'm not getting medium coverage. If you like light coverage, You can put this on sheer, you can get it to light. I'm not, maybe light medium at the most. That's what I would call the coverage I get from this. I even tried taking the shade 115, the olive, just to see if the undertone would be a little bit better to cover. This does go on very, very nicely under the eyes. I will say it doesn't, I didn't find it settled in lines. I did try it up under my eyes because it's new, so I wanted to just see what it did. I do have a couple of foundations that go nicely under my eyes. I'm actually, now that I'm playing with this, I do like these two shades kind of mixed together. That yellow undertone seems to be covering just a little bit more. This is kind of a mix of 115 and 120. I think if I were to purchase one though, I would get the 115. That's a pretty good shade match by itself. I mean, it's smooth, it is blurring, it's hydrating. It looked very nice throughout the day. I wore this a couple of days to work, longer, you know, I wore them all day long. I wore it for a full days of work, you know, at least 10 hours, and it stays on nicely. It does sort of degrade gracefully, so it's not like you're left with patches that break up. It's beautiful. It is nearly undetectable on the skin. If you are looking for something with a natural, dewy to natural finish, this is very, very pretty. Now, would I purchase this? Probably not, and this is why. I already have a couple of skin tint like foundations that look exactly the same on the skin. One of them is the Clinique Even Better Makeup. This is a very beautiful blurring, smoothing foundation, light to medium coverage. It does the same thing. So the other one, and I think it's actually even more similar to this one, is the Fenty Beauty Ease Drops Skin Tint. This is one of my favorite new finds. I got this on my birthday this year. I love this. This is a blurring skin tint. It has a nice natural finish. It's just so beautiful. It dries down to nearly undetectable on the skin, and it blurs. It's this one, I would say the Rituel de Fille is a combination of the two of these. It's a little bit more luminous than this one and a little bit more blurring than this one. If you have either of these, I don't know that you need to run out and buy this. It's not cheap. Like I said, it's $42, but if you get the samples, you get a $10 off coupon. You're still spending more, but this does give you an opportunity to get the perfect shade. And I do like that they give you so much product. I mean, that just tells me that they know it's a good product. So I am not going to run out and buy this. I just don't think I need it. I have something that is close enough to that foundation that I don't think I need to spend the money. It is very, very pretty. However, if I didn't have these, would I purchase this? Probably. Like I said, it's very smoothing. It's beautiful. It's flattering. I think especially if you have maturing skin, this is going to be something that you would like. I would just kind of consider, just like with anything else, whether you have something similar. So I am going to go ahead and put on the rest of my face, and then I will show you what this looks like with the rest of my makeup. I will be right back. Okay, I am back. I have on the rest of my makeup. This look will be coming in another video, so likely up before this one, so check that one out. I am using the new Natasha Denona Hyper Natural palette, so stay tuned for that. But this is what the foundation looks like with the rest of my makeup on and some powder products over the top. Again, it's beautiful. It looks very natural. You can see some of my, just some imperfections coming through, freckles, a little bit of breakouts, but I think it's worth checking out if you don't already have something, a skin tint or something like that that you use and really like. As I mentioned, I love these two products. They're two of my favorites, and so they do slightly different things, but they're very similar. I do think that this is similar enough that I likely will not purchase a full size. I already have something very much like it. And actually, I do find that in particular, the Fenty lasts longer on my skin than this does. But I would say this fades very gracefully through the day. You do get 3 very nice sized samples. You get to choose your 3 shades. So, I would go on their website. I did the shade quiz. And I think I was matched to 115, maybe 120. I would purchase 120 if I were going to be purchasing a full size of this. So if you're a similar skin tone as me, just something to reference there. So I hope this was helpful. If you were thinking about purchasing this foundation, I know it's not new, but it's not something that I was on my radar. So I hope that you enjoy the rest of your weekend and your week ahead and make it a great day. Bye.